Alright, what's up guys? It's your boy Dale. Today we're going to be talking about neurotransmission, and it starts with a neuron which, in combination with other neurons, transmits electrical impulses throughout the body and is composed of dendrites on the end of the cell body which accept neurotransmitters from the previous neuron, and an electrical impulse goes through the axon tail before being converted to neurotransmitters at the axon terminals before being released to the next neuron. The electrical impulses can only travel in one direction, from dendrite to axon, and are carried through the axon tail as sodium and potassium ions flow in and out of the membrane through ion channels. At rest, there are more sodium ions outside of the cell and more potassium ions inside of the cell. The membrane potential is about negative 70 millivolts, and it is at its resting potential. As the stimulus is received by the neuron, the threshold of around negative 55 millivolts is crossed, and sodium ions flood into the cell, causing the membrane potential to jump to around positive 35 millivolts in a process called depolarization. After this point, the sodium ion channels close and the potassium ion channels open, which allow potassium to flow out of the cell in a process called repolarization. Once this occurs, the sodium and potassium ions need to return to the correct size of the cell to reset it, and this is called the refractory period and undershoot, where sodium and potassium pumps pump their respective ions back to the correct size of the cell and the cell is returned to rest.
Okay, so when the electron charge is going to reach the end of the axon tail, what's going to happen is that the calcium ion channel will open up, and that leads into the synaptic vesicles that hold the neurotransmitters, and after that, the synaptic vesicles with the neurotransmitters are going to actually fuse with the presynaptic membrane, and what that's going to allow is that it's going to allow the neurotransmitters to flow out and go into the next nerve. Alright, what's up guys, it's your boy Raj, and we're going to be here with tetrodotoxin, otherwise known as TTX, and that is a one toxin that is an inhibitor. So it's a neurotoxin found in pufferfish and other sea creatures. Basically what it is a sodium channel blocker. So what's going to happen is that it inhibits the action potential firing, and because the sodium channel is blocked, the sodium ions cannot pass, and so the action potential actually cannot rise. So what happens is that when the actual potential is not able to rise, it's going to prevent the nervous system from transmitting messages. And when the nervous system cannot transmit those messages, and when the sodium ions cannot pass through the channel, it actually leads to paralysis in the organism. And as you can see here, the tetrodotoxin will place itself right there. This is the membrane, this is the ion channel, and normally a sodium ion is going to pass right through there, but in this case the TTX toxin is going to be right there, and the sodium ion is not able to pass through, and it's going to lead to paralysis in the organism.